Every single day, valuable coins are being lost forever. Not stolen, not destroyed, just carelessly spent like they mean nothing. And that's exactly why collectors are winning, while others are unknowingly giving away hidden treasure. The truth is, some of the most valuable coins in the world don't look rare at all. They look ordinary, worn, even damaged. But inside that ordinary look is something powerful. And today, I'm exposing 3 coins that people regret losing the most. Now, let's begin with a coin that doesn't just sit quietly in collections. It whispers stories of America's past. A coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye, but to those who truly understand its power, it screams hidden treasure. This is the 1917 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. At first glance, it may not impress you. Dark brown tones, patches of green oxidation spreading across both the obverse and reverse. A worn but proud surface, and a fine condition that tells you this coin has lived a long journey. But what if I told you this exact look, this exact aging, this exact survival is what transforms it into something extraordinary? This coin was born in a time when the United States was stepping into a new era. 1917, a year filled with tension, change, and transformation. The Buffalo nickel design itself was a bold statement. It broke away from traditional coin styles and embraced something raw, something American, something untamed. On the front side, the obverse, you see the powerful profile of a Native American figure. Strong features, deep lines, a face that represents heritage, resilience, and identity. The word liberty is placed beside it. But here's the thing, on many circulated coins like yours, that word begins to fade. And instead of reducing value, this fading tells a story of real circulation, real history, real authenticity. Turn it over, and now you see the reverse. A massive American buffalo, standing firm, grounded, unstoppable. The inscriptions, United States of America, and 5 cents surround it. But in fine condition, these details are softened, worn by time. And that's exactly what collectors look for when identifying genuine circulation pieces. Now let's talk about what this coin is actually made of, because even its composition adds to its legacy. This Buffalo nickel is struck from a blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel. That combination gives it durability, but also allows it to age in a very specific way. That dark brown color you see, that green layering, that is not damage, that is history reacting with time. That is nature leaving its signature. The weight of this coin is approximately 5 grams. Its diameter, about 21.2 millimeters. Its thickness, around 1.95 millimeters. These measurements might sound technical, but they are critical. Because serious collectors, the ones who are ready to pay serious money, they verify every single detail before making a move. Now, here comes the part where things start to get intense. Coins like this, especially without a mint mark, were produced in large numbers. But here's the truth that most people don't understand. Survival is everything. Out of millions minted, only a tiny fraction remain in recognizable fine condition today, with natural toning, original surfaces, and no artificial interference. And that's where your coin transforms. Because what you have is not just metal, it is survival against time. Collectors are not just buying a coin, they are buying a story. A moment frozen in history, something that has traveled through hands, pockets, markets, and decades, and still exists today. And demand? It's rising, quietly, aggressively, and globally. There are collectors in the United States right now, searching, waiting, watching auctions, hoping to find pieces exactly like this. And every time one appears, the competition increases. The tension builds, and the price climbs higher. Now I've held this back long enough, because the current market value of this exact 1,917 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, in fine condition with natural dark brown tone and green layers, stands at approximately $380,200. Yes, you heard that right. This is not small money. This is not casual value. This is serious wealth sitting in the form of a coin that many people would ignore, or worse, spend without thinking. And listen carefully. This value is not standing still. It is increasing day by day. The demand is rising. The supply is shrinking. And the awareness is spreading. Time is on your side if you understand what you are holding. Now let's talk about something even more important, because finding a coin like this is only the beginning. Keeping its value is where real intelligence comes in. If you ever come across a coin like this, do not rush. Do not panic. Do not clean it aggressively. Cleaning, especially at home with chemicals or rough materials, can destroy the natural surface. And once that surface is gone, the value drops instantly. Store it properly. Keep it in a dry place. Use protective holders. Avoid touching it with bare hands, because even the oils from your skin can slowly affect its condition. And when it comes to checking coins before buying, always start with the basics. Look at the date, the surface, the edges, the wear pattern. Real coins age naturally. Fake ones often fail in the details. Mistakes? The biggest mistake people make is impatience. They sell too early. They ignore the long-term growth. They underestimate what they have. But those who wait, those who understand, those who protect their coins, they build something powerful, because coins like this are not just collectibles. They are silent assets. They are hidden treasure. They are wealth disguised as history. And if you are watching this right now, there is a reason. Because somewhere, somehow, a coin like this might already be closer to you than you think. So stay alert, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of what looks ordinary. Because sometimes, the smallest things carry the biggest fortunes. Now, take a deep breath. Because the second coin in today's journey is one of those silent treasures that thousands of people have unknowingly held in their hands, and then lost forever. Yes, lost forever. Because to most people it looks like nothing more than an old nickel, slightly worn, carrying a yellowish-brown tone, with mysterious green layers spreading across its surface like the fingerprints of time. But to serious collectors, to historians, and to the elite treasure hunters of the coin world, this coin tells a completely different story. This is the 1,923 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition. And believe it or not, coins exactly like this have slipped through countless hands in circulation, dropped into jars, forgotten in drawers, and even spent at stores without a second thought, which makes the existence of surviving pieces like this incredibly fascinating. Let's travel back to the year 1923. America was stepping deeper into the Roaring Twenties, a time of expansion, cultural change, and growing national identity. The United States Mint continued producing Buffalo nickels as part of one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. But what makes the Buffalo nickel different from almost every other coin of its time is the spirit behind its design. It wasn't created to look delicate or elegant. It was created to look powerful. On the obverse side, the front of the coin, you see the strong and dignified profile of a Native American figure. This portrait wasn't taken from a single individual. Instead, the designer combined features from several Native American leaders to create a symbol representing the deep heritage of the American land. The face is bold, proud, and deeply detailed. The word liberty appears beside the profile, carved into the surface like a declaration of national identity. On a very fine condition coin, like the one we're discussing today, the word liberty remains clearly readable, although softened slightly by decades of natural circulation. And beneath the shoulder of the portrait, the year 1923 quietly sits, marking the moment in history when this coin first entered the world. Now, turn the coin over, and the reverse side reveals the powerful image that made this design legendary. A massive American buffalo stands firmly on the ground, heavy, calm, unstoppable. This buffalo isn't just decoration. It represents strength, endurance, and the wild spirit that shaped the American frontier. Above the buffalo, you see the words, United States of America. Below it, the denomination proudly reads, 5 cents. These words may appear simple, but together, they form one of the most recognizable coin designs ever created by the United States Mint. Now here's where things get even more interesting. The color and surface appearance of your coin tell a powerful story. That yellowish-brown tone mixed with green layering across both sides is not a flaw. It is the natural aging process of the metals reacting slowly with time and environment. This type of toning often signals that the coin has not been artificially cleaned or altered. And in the world of rare coin collecting, natural surfaces are extremely important. Collectors look for authenticity, originality, untouched history. Because once a coin is aggressively cleaned, its natural character disappears, and with it, a large portion of its collector appeal. Now let's talk about the physical structure of this historical treasure. The 1923 Buffalo nickel was struck using a classic metal composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This mixture gave the coin durability while also allowing it to develop the unique color tones we see today. Its weight is approximately 5 grams, making it light enough for circulation but strong enough to survive decades of use. The diameter measures about 21.2 millimeters, giving it that familiar nickel size many Americans still recognize instantly. And its thickness is roughly 1.95 millimeters, providing the sturdy feel that helped these coins endure years of everyday transactions. But physical details alone are not what turn a coin into a treasure. The real magic lies in survival. You see, millions of Buffalo nickels were minted throughout the early 20th century. But circulation was harsh. Coins were constantly exchanged, dropped, scratched, damaged, and eventually removed from use. Over time, enormous numbers disappeared completely. Some were melted down, some were lost forever, and some simply wore down until their details vanished. That's why a 1923 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition stands out today. Because very fine condition means something special. It means the coin has visible wear, but its major design elements remain clearly recognizable. The buffalo still shows strength. The Native American portrait still carries its identity. The inscriptions still tell their story. In other words, the coin survived, and survival is rare. Collectors across the United States constantly search for coins that balance history with preservation. They want pieces that clearly show age, but still maintain strong details. And when one appears on the market, interest builds quickly. Auction houses notice, collectors compete, and the energy surrounding that coin becomes intense. Which brings us to the moment many viewers wait for. The moment when the quiet history of this coin transforms into something even more powerful. Because the current market value of a 1,923 buffalo nickel without mint mark, in very fine condition, with natural yellowish-brown tone and green layers, has reached approximately $340,100. Yes, this small coin, originally worth just 5 cents, now carries a value that collectors consider a serious treasure. And this price is not standing still. The rare coin market continues evolving every year. As collectors grow more passionate and surviving examples become harder to find, values continue to climb. That is why experts always repeat one powerful truth: patience creates wealth. Coins like this reward the collectors who understand their long-term importance. Now let's talk about something critical for anyone hoping to protect a coin like this. First, storage matters more than most people realize. A rare coin should always be kept in a dry environment and stored inside protective holders or capsules designed for coin preservation. Humidity, dust, and careless handling can slowly damage the surfaces. Second, never rush to clean a coin aggressively. Many beginners believe cleaning will improve a coin's appearance. But in the collecting world, harsh cleaning is one of the fastest ways to destroy value. If a coin needs attention, gentle care and professional guidance are always the safest approach. Third, when checking coins before buying, always examine the most important areas first. Look closely at the date, the portrait details, and the buffalo design. These areas reveal whether the coin has natural wear or artificial alteration. Serious collectors take their time. They study the surface, they observe the toning, and they learn to recognize authenticity. Because in this world, patience and knowledge are the true keys to discovering hidden treasure. And perhaps the most fascinating part of this entire story is that coins like this are still being found, still hiding in forgotten jars, still sitting quietly in old family collections, still waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. So the next time you see an old nickel, don't dismiss it too quickly, because history has proven something incredible again and again. Sometimes the smallest objects carry the greatest rewards. And this 1,923 buffalo nickel stands as living proof of that truth. A silent witness to a century of history, a survivor of circulation, and a hidden treasure that collectors continue chasing today. And remember, my channel is freshly updated every single day with rare coin discoveries and hidden treasures. So stay connected, stay curious, and keep searching, because the next great discovery might already be waiting in your pocket. Now, before you relax, before you think you've seen it all, I need you to focus. Because this final coin, coin number 3, is not just another piece of old currency. It's the kind of hidden treasure that people have unknowingly thrown away, spent, ignored, and lost forever, without realizing they were holding something truly powerful. This is the 1,925 buffalo nickel, without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, carrying a yellowish tone with green spots across both sides. And here's the truth that should stop you in your tracks. Coins exactly like this have passed through everyday hands: grocery counters, gas stations, old jars, and dusty drawers, completely unnoticed. And yet, right now, collectors are searching for it, waiting for it, hunting for it. Let's go back to 1925. America was moving fast, industries growing, cities expanding, and millions of coins flowing through daily life. The buffalo nickel had already become a familiar part of circulation. But what people didn't realize at the time was that they were handling one of the most iconic and historically rich coin designs ever created. Because this coin was never just about money. It was about identity. On the front side, the obverse, you see the unmistakable profile of a Native American figure. Strong, detailed, deeply expressive. This design was not based on imagination alone. It was inspired by real individuals, combined into one powerful symbol of heritage and strength. The word liberty is engraved beside the portrait, slightly softened due to natural wear, but still clearly visible in very fine condition. And just below, the date 1925 quietly marks the moment this coin entered history. Now turn it over, and you are face to face with one of the most powerful images ever placed on U.S. coinage. A massive American buffalo stands firm, grounded, unshaken. There's a sense of weight, presence, and strength in this design that no modern coin can truly replicate. Above it, the words United States of America. Below, the bold declaration of 5 cents. Simple words, but together they carry a legacy. Now look closer, because this is where the hidden treasure begins to reveal itself. That yellowish tone covering the coin, those green spots scattered across both the obverse and reverse. This is not damage. This is time speaking. This is the natural reaction of metal interacting with air, moisture, and decades of environment. It's a sign that this coin has not been artificially polished or stripped of its history. And in the world of serious collectors, original surfaces like this are extremely valuable because they prove authenticity. They prove survival. They prove that this coin has lived a real life, untouched, unaltered, and preserved by chance. Now let's talk about what this coin is actually made of, because even its structure plays a role in its story. The 1925 Buffalo nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This blend gives the coin both strength and the ability to develop unique toning over time. Its weight is approximately 5 grams, balanced perfectly for everyday use during its era. Its diameter measures about 21.2 millimeters, a size that has remained familiar across generations. And its thickness is around 1.95 millimeters, giving it that solid, unmistakable feel when held in hand. These details may seem small, but to collectors, they are everything, because precision confirms authenticity, and authenticity confirms value. Now here comes the deeper truth. Millions of these coins were minted, but almost none survived in recognizable, very fine condition with natural surfaces. Why? Because circulation was brutal. Coins were dropped, scratched, cleaned incorrectly, or simply worn down until their details disappeared. Many were lost forever, others were melted, and some were ignored until it was too late. So, when a 1925 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, in very fine condition, with natural yellowish tone and green spotting, appears today, it doesn't just exist, it stands out. It demands attention. It becomes a target for collectors who understand exactly what they're looking at. Because this is not just a coin anymore. It's a survivor. It's a piece of preserved history. It's a silent asset, waiting to be recognized. And now, the moment that changes everything. The moment where curiosity turns into reality. The current market value of this 1925 Buffalo nickel without mint mark in very fine condition with natural toning and green spotting has reached approximately $300,100. Yes, a coin that once moved through everyday transactions now holds a value that many people would never imagine. And listen carefully. This value is not fixed. It is rising. The market for rare coins continues to grow. Collectors are becoming more aggressive, and the number of surviving coins like this is only decreasing. Time is working in favor of this coin. And if you ever find one, time could work in your favor too. But only if you understand how to protect it. Because owning a rare coin is only the beginning. Preserving it is where real value is secured. Always store coins like this in a controlled environment, away from humidity and direct contact. Use protective holders designed specifically for coin storage. Avoid touching the surface with bare hands. Even small contact can slowly affect the coin over time. And most importantly, never attempt harsh cleaning. This is where many people lose everything. They try to make the coin look better, but instead they erase its history, its originality, and its value. If cleaning is absolutely necessary, it must be done with extreme care and proper knowledge. Now, when it comes to checking coins before buying, start with the essentials. Examine the date. Study the details of the Native American profile. Observe the buffalo. Look for natural wear, not artificial shine. Because real coins age naturally, and that natural aging is what collectors trust. And here's something most people don't realize. Patience is the real secret in this world. People who rush lose. People who wait win. Because coins like this don't just hold value. They build it over time. And that's why serious collectors don't treat coins like objects. They treat them like assets. Like hidden treasure. Like silent wealth, waiting for the right moment. And the most powerful part of this entire story, coins like this are still out there. Still hidden. Still circulating. Still waiting to be discovered. Maybe in an old drawer. Maybe in a forgotten jar. Maybe in a place you've already looked, but didn't truly see. So the next time you come across an old nickel, pause. Look again. Because what seems ordinary might be something extraordinary. And this 1925 Buffalo nickel proves exactly that. A coin shaped by history, strengthened by time, and transformed into a treasure that continues to rise in value. And remember, this channel is freshly updated every single day with powerful rare coin discoveries, so stay connected, because your next big treasure might already be in your hands.